Introduce you to Canvas and how to navigate your course. I have entered the student view, so this should be what you look at when you click on your courses and pick out the chemistry course that is respective to you. So even though this says 01, some of you might have a different section, and that's okay. They will look very similar. As you can see, there's a menu on the left-hand side. If you hit dashboard here, it will show you all the courses that you are enrolled in Canvas. That should be the first page that you view when you log into Canvas. And then you would click under the Fundamentals of Chemistry Chem 131 course to pull up this home page. And you can see my information here for this spring and or fall, depending on the semester, and my office hours, and you will find the assignment schedule. So if you click on this, it will be an Excel spreadsheet that has the chapters and the lecture videos and quizzes and the lab schedule, and so most of the assignment schedule. Now that is not set in stone. I do sometimes change it depending on what comes up during the semester, but we will try to stick mostly with it to stay in pace, so stay where we need to be throughout the semester. It's a good place to start looking and see what's coming and plan ahead for the week. The course syllabus is here as well. This is different than the syllabus in this, and I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. This is the full syllabus, and we will talk about this in class or in the live session, depending on if you are a online student or face-to-face. I would print this out and have it handy for you to look at and know what is expected of you, and grading procedures and assignments and late policies and whatnot, so that's all delineated in the course syllabus. I am trying the Remind app, so if you have used that before, this is the code for the class. Hopefully it will work. If you are having issues with it, please let me know. Email me right away so I can add you on. I have reminders set for the due dates of the assignments, and they come out in the morning for that evening, so that's just an extra reminder for you to let you know that, oh, there is a due date today, and hopefully it will cut down on how many assignments you might miss because you just couldn't remember there was a due date or weren't able to log in and refresh it. So that will come to your phone. The periodic table, if you would like to print out a periodic table, you should have one printed out because we'll be using it quite a bit. And then some student resources. If you click on this, it will take you to advising, expectations, so your student has handbook, the library, tutoring center. Let me touch a little bit on the tutoring, especially because this is something that we're really trying to get started at Jackson College, which would be faculty-led tutoring, and there is there's a master catalog of all the courses that are tutored by professors, and that will be available to students at specific locations, so not just necessarily at the offices of the professors, but it could be some teachers could help students at the Center for Student Success. That's where I do my face-to-face hours, and I meet with students there. Some teachers do them at McDivitt, so in the lobby area. Some are doing them at the library, all different places. And this is to try to make it a little less intimidating for students to come and meet with us. We really want students to come to office hours. So please look for that. There'll be more information coming. And I encourage you to really take advantage, not only because it's helpful and and you can come to my office hours, but sometimes I've had somebody else's students in my office hours that were not. They were chemistry students, but they were not my own students, just because their time worked better with my designated hours that I was helping instead of their professors. So I would encourage you to be looking for that and look through for the class that you want. Look through all the times, not just your professor, and make sure that you find a spot where you can get your help. Okay, going back to the home page here. A little bit about me, but the course prep activities, this is where you would start. This is the important stuff. Now you can access it through the home page. This is the assignments that you have to do by the first week. Whether you're online or in face-to-face, these have to be completed by the first week for you to be counted as present and participating and not be dropped from the course. And these are very short, very quick assignments, but they're there for a reason. And so this is where you would start. Now, let's go back here again, and I want to show you this. So to the left-hand menu here, that we talked about dashboard, the course is what you're looking at. It's a calendar, so if you click on the calendar, it will show you the week ahead and all the different assignments by the day, by the week, etc., etc. So that's, you can do it by the week or by the month. It's something helpful for you to look ahead. The inbox, I think because I'm in student mode, it's not letting me do it. But this is where you would be able to email me. And it will look different than this. It's just because I'm a teacher, but I'm in student view right now. And this is how you're going to communicate with me. Please feel free to email me anytime, any questions, any issues that come up. Try to head them off. So don't wait until the crisis has passed to email me. Do that right away, because then we can find a way to work around it, work together, whatever the issue might be. So please communicate, and I will do my best to communicate with you in a timely manner as well. Okay, let's go back to courses here, and you will also notice that you have another little menu on the left-hand side here. So the home page, this is where you will kind of live. The syllabus here, as I said, is different than this one. Is the full syllabus. This one, it just gives you the basic information about your instructor and the class, the course description, and then all the list of all the assignments that will be due throughout the semester by due date. Okay, that is another thing that you might want to take a look at and pay attention to. The BibliU, and I'm not sure if it's already linked or not, but the BibliU is where you're going to access your textbook. Okay, so that's not quite linked yet, but that's where you would go to find your textbook and to get started on your reading. You can look at the assignments. This is also going to be listed just like it was in the syllabus, where you will find the list of assignment by due date, and these are also broken down. So there you go. A list of assignment by due date. Your grades will be here. Microsoft Teams meeting. So if we have to set up a meeting for you, especially for those students online, I will send you a link. But this is how we're going to communicate, and we're going to do the live sessions through the Teams meeting. Under modules, this is where you find the course content. And I personally prefer to go through the modules, not necessarily through the assignment, to find all of the assignments under the modules, not under the assignments page. Some of my students sometimes have a harder time accessing the assignments through the assignment tab, but not through the modules. So use the modules heavily, but this is where all the content is, right? So this will take you to the home page, the course syllabus, the schedule, etc., etc. So nothing that you haven't seen through the home page. The course prep work are those assignments that I just mentioned that you need to complete by the first week to count that you are active in the course and you are participating and present, especially for those of you who are going to be online. Now, for this course, we are going to use Lockdown Browser and Respondus for the online portion, the multiple choice exams. And so I have set up a trial run for you to, like a trial quiz for you to go through. So if you haven't, I have already done I've downloaded the Lockdown browser, but if you haven't, it will give you a way to download the browser first and then have it all set up before you get ready to take the quiz, and it will walk you through the steps. I also have added their prep videos that come with this program for students to walk you through step by step how to set it all up and how to get ready for it. Some of you may have used these in your bio courses. Some of you might be new to this program. Please, please let me know if you have any issues. This has multiple attempts set up so that you can, if you tried it once, and you can try it again and again until you get used to using this particular program and how to take an exam through that. Then it's set up as, so you will have the labs, you will access the lab report and instructions through the lab tab. And as you can see, here's the instructions. It gives you the procedure, some videos, videos of how to graph, especially for those of you who are online. Those of you who are face-to-face with me, we will talk about it in class as well. But I have videos for you to watch to try to help you with the calculations or with the graphing. And then here's how to extrapolate a graph, for example. And then the lab report, which will be what you download and what you fill out and where you do the calculations. And this is, you're going to save all that and then upload it when you're ready. You upload it here, drag it and drop it here, or just hit upload, and I will be able to grade it. So that is how you will turn in your lab reports through the lab report tab. And it will depend on the week, which ones, right, they have due dates, etc. Now the material is organized in units, and next to them you will see the chapters that will be covered in each unit. All of the material is covered here. So you will have a unit 1, a unit pre-test. This is to be completed at the beginning of the unit. This is, for me, this is an easy 5 points for you. You're not being graded on how well you do, you just need to complete it. I take that information and I look for weak spots. And if there are most of the class, or so if most of the class knows certain concepts already, then I don't need to cover it in as much detail. But if most of the class is missing this particular topic, then I can heavily cover it. And so it just lets me tailor the teaching a little better to the class. And then under chapter materials, so the lecture materials, you will find all the lecture videos that I have made. So here's the slides that you can download, and then you will watch the video lectures before you come to class for those of you who are face to face, and follow along with the slides. So I would have the slides open and have the videos and kind of walk along with me. The good thing about these is that you can watch them in anytime, anywhere. You can rewatch them, you can pause, you can rewind, whatever, however many times you need. And then you will have the opportunity to do some of these quizzes that are covered in those lecture videos. Now, the quizzes can be, some are a little shorter, some are a little longer depending on the topic, but they are follow up to the questions that are listed in those PowerPoints. I show you how to do an example problem on a topic, and then I have one for you to do, and that is what you work through to reinforce that concept, and you take the quiz. Now, these quizzes, you can take them an unlimited amount of times up until the due date. So you can sit there and you can work, and if you make a mistake, it's not going to cost you anything because you can go back and fix it and retake the quiz and take all the points. These are just meant to teach you, so that's why I have unlimited amount of attempts for you. And there's no time limit either, so you can sit there and work through these. Think of them as a homework um, assignment, right? So they're there to kind of introduce these concepts before you come to class, and then we are going to dig a little deeper when we are in class or in the live sessions, working with worksheets and truly reinforcing the more difficult concepts. So these are to kind of lay the groundwork so that when we come to class, to free up some time for us to really work on the harder concepts. And so these are organized by chapter, and here's chapter 3. Now, at the last, so right after the last chapter that is covered in that unit, for this unit 1 is chapter 3, you will also see this little tab that says additional concept videos. So if you click on this, you will find extra videos. Now, these are optional, you don't have to watch them, but I have supplemental videos for you to watch from other people, like you see here, that I have found might be helpful for you. And sometimes hearing it explained from somebody else might make better sense to you. So please look through those. If you already have mastered that concept, you don't need to watch it. You can skip it. But if you would like a little more help, they are here. I also have this little link here to the videos that I have already made before. We reorganized this course and we picked a different textbook, so I remade all the lecture videos. But what I have, let me leave the student view real quick just to be able to show you. Okay, so this is what you should look at. You should be able to see is the videos, so chapter 1 videos. You will have some lecture videos. You don't have to watch these, so these are kind of they follow the same similar pattern to what you've already watched. But what I want to show you is these problems, and these you might find helpful. So let me show you what they look like. If you click on here, it will open up a YouTube video where I have shown you extra examples on how to calculate an atomic mass, for example, but I kind of walk you through what these problems look like, right, on the board. And so you might find this a little easier to follow, or not easier to follow, but extra help for you to if you need it. And so this is on the atomic mass and how we calculate that. You can go down to a different problem set, and if you find that you already know that topic, okay, so here's how you calculate going from moles to grams and grams to moles and finding molar mass. So I show you how to do that, walk you step by step. So you might find that this might be helpful to you for extra practice. Please know that they're there, and they're available for you anytime. Okay, there we go. Let me see here. Okay. Then we will have, let me talk about the exams. We will have the part A, which is taken by Lockdown Browser and Respondus. This is the multiple choice type question and is taken online. And the part B will also be taken online, but this will be a timed exam. This is more for the larger, more involved problems where you actually have to work these problems out, do the calculations by hand, take pictures or scan those documents and upload them, and you will have an hour to do those problems. With these are multiple choice questions. They're 25 questions, 2 points each, and you can take those from a computer that you will have to have Lockdown Browser. Now, some of you, especially if you're dual enrolled students, might run into an issue. If you have an issue with your because you're using your school's computer, you can take those from home, maybe from your mom and dad's computer or an iPad. If it fails, please contact me and we will try to figure out a different way for you to be able to do this. You can even come to campus sometime and be able to take it proctored at the testing center. Whatever the case might be, I need to know as soon as possible whether you are going to be able to do this or not. And so try to download the Lockdown Browser as soon as possible. The final exam is a cumulative exam. It's also a multiple choice with 40 questions, multiple choice exam. Now, the good thing about the final exam is that you have to take it, but it cannot basically bring your grade down. So we're not trying to use it to penalize you. It's used mainly to try to help you, to remove that anxiety of test taking, especially at the end. But for those students who are kind of borderline and they want to bring their grade up by 0.5%, so or GPA point. So if you're sitting at 3.0 going into the final exam, but you score at 3.5 or higher, then I can bring your grade up to a 3.5. If you're at 2.0 and you score at 2.5, then your final grade will be lifted to a 2.5. So it's kind of an incentive for you to really do well so that you may be able to raise your grade, but it will not go any lower than what you go into. So if everything else is done, if you've done every other assignment and your grade is at 3.0, that is what you're going to get, whether you do really well on the exam. Well, whether you if you score a 2.0, let's say on the final, it's not going to bring your grade down from a 3.0. But if you do score better at 3.5 or above, then it can bring you up to a 3.5. So that's the little spiel for the final. We're trying to use it as an incentive for you to do better and to remove that test anxiety. So this was kind of an overview of the course and how to access things through, and now you can see a lot more, a lot more on your menu, because it's not a student view anymore, but this is what you are to expect from the Canvas course. We will talk a little more in class and in a live lecture or session about the organization of the course, but I just kind of wanted to give you an overview. Please feel free to ask questions anytime. Feel free to email me. I am pretty good at sending emails back, but any issues you might have, don't wait till the last minute. Please contact me as soon as possible when the issue occurs, so that I am cognizant of it. I can work with you to help you. If you wait or never say anything, I don't know that you're having issues, and so it becomes much harder. I am here to help you succeed, and I hope that we will have a great semester together.